Hello, friends. Today is my birthday.
No.
Right.
It all came about that we did a pilot for Adult Swim, 2015, and they were like, no, and we cried, and then they were like, but if you want to do a special, and we were like, yay. So we did the special, and then a little bit later, like about a year and a half later, they're like, oh, we forgot, yeah, do you want to do another one? And we're like, yeah. So Adult Swim is very cash approach to things, so.
So who are you?
I think my name is Reggie something.
That was great. That was really great. That was honestly like one of my career highlights. Yeah, it was just like, I had watched the X-Files, but I wasn't like a huge fan. But as I did it, and then afterwards, just seeing sort of like fan response to it, I was aware of like, oh, this is a iconic show. This has got some history to it. And the episode was done by Darren Morgan, who does the kind of weird meta deconstructionist stuff. So the experience of shooting it was great because he would have me shoot it like very seriously and then really comically and then just like irresponsibly comically, just do like eye rolls and kind of like double takes and stuff. And Jillian and, Ducove, they're great. Ducove, another name. Ducove.
Your friend's name.
Yeah. In Vancouver school.
I have a recurring dream where I kill each one of you with a hacksaw and then hide your dismembered bodies underneath this table. But that does not mean I'm going to act on that, because I know it's not real, no matter how vivid each nuance of my murder of each one of you might be.
That was one of my favorite things to do, like the videos, and then when I went to the IFC, they had the show. Will Graham and Louis Lang and all these great people, Carol Cobb, like I was just blown away by the writers. They were just like, they were the most quietly mumbling the most brilliant things to each other. And then they'd like come over and tell us something, like, here's an idea, you could do this and stuff. I'm like, what? You guys are amazing. And so humble and just like really dedicated to the idea. It was great. My favorite one, and it's not because it's mainly me, it's all me, but it's the one you kind of like where we go inside Duncan Birch's head, like what he's really thinking, and he gets into the argument with himself. That one is pretty amazing.
Doug Kenny, Chagrin Falls, Ohio.
One of the writers of Animal House.
Food fight!
I realized how uncomfortable the 70s were because you don't wear a turtleneck and a jacket and have that size of beard and like that much hair in the summer. It was just sweaty and terrible. It was fun. I mean, it's like, tons of people I knew just dressing up like people we idolized. My scene is pretty brief. I did a couple things, but it was just the kind of like everybody dressing up and kind of messing around with each other in character. I mean, it did make me realize like, oh, this is a good way of being creative. Like you have people you vibe with, and if you get excited and childish about it, especially for comedy, like you can really generate some great stuff. Lay off the cocaine is sort of the takeaway from the movie, but that's for everybody.
Butthole. Gross, fat, butthole, dick, poop.
Is that what kids are into these days?
Are your parents home? There's like a strata around a range of people, like younger. I mean, definitely my sort of demographic appeal is 17 and younger for Google was a guy, and I had a kind of off-putting encounter, but then I was like, oh, this is actually cool. But at first, these like 12-year-old boys rushed up to me and were kind of like, you're the guy, and I couldn't figure out what they were talking about. And I didn't know if they had bath salts were given to them or what was going on. But I was like, what are you talking? I don't know I'm a person. What's going on? They're like, you're the guy in the video. I was like, I've done a lot of videos. And we were just kind of yelling partial sentences at each other. And then they just were like, whispered to each other, like, oh, Google. I was like, oh, Google. And I was like, okay, cool. And then I shoved them. I like put my hands on their faces, just shoved them away.
What do you want?
I think the Pulitzer I'm going to get from this is good enough for me. So, good evening.
You can have Amy.
Wait, I don't understand.
You can have her.
It's the best. It's the best show ever. It's like the most chill environment, the most like the creativity that's there and the level of talent is can be daunting, but there's no ego, there's no big man on campus in any regard. They're all just very professional. It's like we all, it again, kind of going back to the improv thing, it's like we have one goal. We want to make a really funny show, and at this moment we want to make a really funny scene. What, all hands on deck, what is that going to take? And when I've shot, I've seen Julia like take her lines and give it to someone else because she said, this will sound funnier coming out of Sam Richardson's mouth than mine, or, whatever. So it's pretty exceptional. There's not many. And HBO, I think they also, Armando rightfully kind of carved out this environment where it's like, okay, we know the tone and what we're doing, so if you will just kind of let us do it, we'll keep getting Emmys for you. So I think that's the thing. If you get Emmys for what you're doing, they'll let you do whatever.
We're the Washington Post, and we have been sued by better terrible presidents than you.
Name one.
Okay, you know what I want? I want this room. Okay, everybody out.
Are there any nibbles on that Dave Barry?
Mike!